Hello to anyone decided to watch this. I'm just making this video quick. Someone in the comments on one of the videos from your driver asked me to show you how I refill these the pods from the Vuse Alto. I do this every day. I've been doing it for a long time, so it's pretty easy now. I think I get probably between 3 and 10 uses out of each pod before they burn up. And then they just get the burnt flavor in your mouth. And then you typically would want to use a new pod. Sometimes you can power through it a little bit and the burnt flavor will go away. And you can use it again and even get another couple of uses out of the pod, but usually I just toss it and get a new one. So this one's pretty much done. I gotta refill it. I have another one here too. And what I was gonna do is I'll go slowly with the first one explaining what I'm doing, and then with the second one I'll just do it without interruption so you can see that it is actually a pretty quick process. So without further ado, I just do this at my computer desk. I usually put a tissue down just because there's a little liquid. Sometimes it gets somewhere, and it also makes it easier to clean up fast when you're done. You really need two tools. One's more important than the other, but you need a pair of pliers. These are really cheap. This particular kind is really cheap. I mean, I think I got these at Harbor Freight. They're not big, I guess they're real small pliers. The most important part though is on the inside here. You see it's got the knurled edge. That is important. That makes this a lot easier. You don't want to have a smooth edge in there because it won't work as easily. Probably won't be able to do it at all. First thing you're going to do is take the metal cap off. On new pods, that's a lot harder to get off, but once you wear down the tabs, the plastic tabs on the side, it gets a lot easier. So anytime from the second time on, it gets much easier. You next need to pull the coil packet out. You can do it from the extreme edges like that, but they sometimes will, the plastic will break a little bit and rub off and it makes it harder, so I always just do it this way. Just give that a tug, pulls right out. I set it down there to let any old fluid come out of it onto the tissue. This is the other tool I use. This is a mechanics pick. You don't need a mechanics pick for this. You can use just a paper clip. Just bend the end of a paper clip, because all you're doing is just reaching in here and you're just going to pull this rubber gasket out. And I just get any residual liquid off. Not important to do that, I just do it. Outside of that, next step is to fill the tank. It's ready to go at this point. And you see the spout in there? You see how it tapers down? I don't know if you can see that. It tapers down to a smaller size toward the end. That's where the gasket fits over it. You want to fill the liquid up to just to that shoulder. You don't want to go up past the smaller part, because then it'll leak all over the place. So just to the shoulder, right there. I'll show you. This is liquid I make myself. It's way, way, way cheaper to make it yourself. That's certainly a whole different video though. I'm not a content maker, so that's not something I would do. I just did this because someone asked me to. So you're going to see there's two chambers and they fill up individually. I'm going to fill it up to that shoulder, and then that's it. Now that I have the pod refilled, I'm going to take the coil packet. I'm going to slide the gasket over the end of it. It's not going to focus, I'm sure, but so it's just the little rubber gasket slides right over the top of that, and you're just going to put that back in all the way down until it seats. You can see it's going to meet up with liquid right there. And I usually just push it down, press on it, and I just wipe the bottom off a little bit. You're going to take your metal cap, put it back on, and again I just push it down, make sure the bottom's dry, make sure it's nice and even and level. that's it. It's done. It was back in the pod, and it's refilled. Sometimes I'd really take them apart and wipe them out and clean them really good, but honestly, that's very rare. I normally just fill them like I just did. I do have another one here. I keep 2 of these on me at all times because when one battery dies, you can just swap the battery really fast. And having 2 of them with me lasts all day. Usually one battery will last me all day, but once in a while I'll run out, and so it's good to have 2 on you. This pod, I'm going to refill with a different juice just because this pod's actually burnt. I just use it to keep debris out of the second battery, and I'm just going to put some leftover juice that I have that's no good in it, but I just wanted to do this just to show you how quick it could be without any interruptions or explanations or anything. I'm just going to refill this pod just to see how long it would take if I wasn't explaining it to you. Time. That's all. If you have any questions, you can just ask me in the comments and I'll try to get back to you. Thanks for watching.